You know what? It would help if I plugged it in. Let me go plug it in. Hey, Shiloah Jordan here, and thank you for joining me in another great episode of Talk About It Tuesday. So, today I'm going to head over to the kitchen and show you how I make my secret recipe making green smoothies. And the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of you guys already received my email with the recipe on it. But a lot of times when you're making green smoothies, it's a little bit more challenging to just kind of figure it out in the taste and quantity. So I just wanted to demo that for you in case some of you are like me and I don't follow instructions very well. Maybe because I'm a product of public schools. So if you haven't received it, then sign up below and let's get you the recipe so that you know what we're talking about here on this video. So head on over to the kitchen with me and let's get started on this awesome Sassy Grass green smoothie recipe. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. Step one, the first thing you're gonna need is a power blender. You can either use a Vitamix or you can use a Blendtec. I use a Vitamix. I have been using a Vitamix for about, I wanna say 9 years. So my Vitamix is used. So here we go. There she is. My husband bought that for me for my anniversary or Christmas, like in, I don't know, right after we got married or something. Anyway, so here we've got our Vitamix and let's go get the ingredients. What we're gonna start with is our spring mix. So you're going to take a giant handful of spring mix and you pack it down into your Vitamix. You wanna do that as tight as you can to kind of compact that in there. Anyway, so you're gonna grab your kale. You're gonna add that in second. Boom. Your third ingredient is your spinach, okay? So you're gonna add your spinach, which is a ginormous handful like this, and just shove it in there on top of your other leafy greens. Now, it doesn't matter so much the order that you put your leafy greens in your blender, but it does matter if you start adding your other ingredients. So you have to get your leafy greens in first. And the reason why you want to get those in first is because if you don't, it will jam up the blades sometimes. I mean, not all the times, but I've had it happen to me if I put the carrots in first or the celery in first. I've had it just foobar on me. So that's what you want to do. So then you add your carrots. These are already washed, cleaned baby carrots. You just pop them in there and you can just add however, the recipe gives you the exact amount, but I usually do like a big handful and that's good, it's crispy. So the carrots are the fourth thing that you add, okay? Now the fifth ingredient is you add your avocado. You really want to add the entire avocado, okay? So you take the pit out. So far we have 1, 2, 3 kinds of greens, carrots, avocado. So that's 5 ingredients so far. Your next ingredient will be your celery, but I'm not gonna put this in until I actually start to blend because, I don't know, you could cut it up and put it in. That's no big deal, but my husband like puts them through the top and they just kind of, you know, like that. So I'm gonna do it his way today. You know what, he would be so happy to hear that right now. Like just knowing I'm gonna do it his way today. How many of your husbands have that issue where like, the wife is gonna acquiesce and do it their way? That's cool. Anyways, let's walk on over to my stevia cupboard. Bingo. So those are my flavors of stevia. All right. Today I'm gonna try the orange, but normally, folks, just stay safe and try the vanilla cream. Seriously, because that's tried and true. Okay. So let's try the orange. You want to add 1 full. Can you see that? 1 full dropper full of stevia to this, and that just gives it a little bit of sweeten, you know, and if you don't like sweet, then just don't add that. So our final ingredient that you're gonna want to add to this smoothie blend here is the ingredient that, in my mind, is what really sets my smoothie recipe apart from other people's smoothie recipes. And it's called Sassy Grass. And Sassy Grass is, it's essentially a wheatgrass, barley grass, alfalfa, blue-green algae, and some other awesome superfoods mixed into one. And the significance of that is that all of these, you can go and buy this fresh at your local farmer's market or at your grocery store. You can get it organic and it's easily sourced, right? This stuff, the reason this is so magic and it really supercharges this is because you can't get this at your local grocery store. You cannot go and just find locally, organically grown wheatgrass or barley grass or alfalfa or your blue-green algae. Okay, so this is the powerhouse behind this, all right? This will make about 4 quarts of smoothie, and I'll show you, just keep watching and I'll show you how that is. It doesn't look like it because it only really holds 2.5 quarts, but it makes 4, trust me on that. So on this, you're thinking, if I am drinking about 2 to 4 quarts a day, depending on what your aim is. If you're trying to lose weight or if you're just trying to stay healthy and maintain weight, then you're gonna definitely be drinking a little bit more smoothie or less smoothie depending on what your goals are. However, you're gonna think, I'm gonna need 1 serving of Sassy Grass per quart, so I'm gonna go ahead and add about 4 teaspoons, and these aren't totally measured out. Actually, it's more like 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons in your green smoothie powder, in your green smoothie blend, okay? So that will get you through your day, and it will just be, I mean, you'll be feeling so good. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is take this and fill it to the top with water. All right, so here she blows. This is the container filled up with water, and we are gonna go ahead and get this blender going and let her rip, okay? But remember, we still have to add in our celery. So here goes. And you want to start out just on a slower speed to start just chopping and turning, and then you just let it rip on high for about, I'm thinking 1 to 2 minutes, okay? Just depending on the power of your blender and whatnot. But one little secret key you're gonna wanna know is you're going to want to add 1 ice cube to your mixture as it blends every 5 seconds, just to make sure this mixture stays cool. Because if you don't, it'll heat up just by the very nature of this monster blender. I call it a blender on steroids. The very nature of it is that it's meant to warm stuff. In fact, apparently you can even cook soup in this. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this thing on. You know what? It would help if I plugged it in. Let me go plug it in. And there you have it, folks. This is your supercharged Sassy Grass green smoothie. Now let me get the jars and I'll show you why it's gonna make 4 quarts. Here we go. This is way, I don't know if you can see that, it's like to the tippy top. And so I'm not gonna take this black lid off, okay, just right now. And we're gonna pour this about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way full, because you can see it's kind of thick, right? And you don't necessarily want your smoothie to be like sludge, so that's why it makes 4 quarts, is you're going to add water to loosen this up, to thin it out a little bit. But here's the trick, okay? I don't add water until I'm ready to drink it because this will go in the fridge with a lid and it'll get cold. And since I don't necessarily love brain freeze, I'm gonna add the water. It's gonna be room temperature filtered reverse osmosis water after I pull it out of the fridge because it kind of tones it down. Unless you really like freezing cold stuff, you can add your water now and then put it in the fridge and drink it freezing cold. It's totally up to you. And that, my friends, is how you make a supercharged Sassy Grass green smoothie. That is so good. Wow. Wow, that is so fresh and so light and so delicious. Oh my gosh. You guys have got to try this at home. Seriously, try this at home. Now we would love to hear from you. Do you know someone who could greatly benefit from a green smoothie recipe? Or perhaps maybe they've had health struggles and you've watched them struggle for so many years that it's time for them to have that breakthrough that they've always needed? If you have, go to the comments and share with our community what you're thinking and what you're feeling and what you're going through, because what you're going through may be exactly what someone else needs to hear today, just to give them encouragement, some hope, and maybe some new strategies. Did you like this episode? If so, be sure to subscribe, and we'd greatly appreciate it if you shared this with your friends and family. And if you want more insights and tips that I only share through email, head on over to the website at shilohjordan.com and be sure to sign up for our email updates. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Have a sassy week.